Okay, so today we're doing the Zenith crafting component only challenge. This is a challenge in which we can only use the weapons you see on the screen here. We have decided to name our character Chris. He's the best member from Mr. Beast. We're gonna go with a female. I don't fucking know. We're gonna name our world the most corrupt place possible, the Twitter comments section. As we spawn in, we get straight to chopping. The first crafting component we actually spawn with, the copper short sword. Because we're men and not boys, we are playing on expert mode. As we try and find a good place to build our home, we absolutely shit on this slime. As I start to construct my home, you can see it accurately represents something I'm all too fond of. A small... All tiny jokes aside, we got game progression to get. So, we head to the left side of our world in order to get some sick loot. We mine some ores. But not just once, not just twice, 3 times. But enough about my friend's mom. We got NPC housing to build, baby. We construct it in the shape of the guy she never told us to worry about. Just so that we won't ever go back to her. Once we're done with our long schlong, we decide it's time to get some sick loot. So we decide to head to the right side of our world to loot some chests and mine some ores. We tried collecting some cactus. Unfortunately, we were rudely interrupted. Oh, I can't wait for this playthrough. We decided to not go full-blown terrorism though, as we collected enough cactus to make the cacti armor. After we collect our cactus armor, we have slightly less piss in our pants and decide to start digging a elevator. We're making terrific progress when whatever the f that thing is just destroys us. After we get sent home with our dicks tucked firmly, and I mean firmly, between our thighs, we decide to get a little bit frisky and go to the right side of our world to try and get some delicious, succulent loot. We made our way to the jungle, but unfortunately we were wearing blue in blood territory and we were taken out by 2 bats. At this point, I literally have 0 confidence in myself, so I decided to just wander to the left side of the world because maybe it's a little bit more safe. However, I couldn't be more wrong as we stumble right into a corruption biome. I can't wait to die to the disgusting hands of these foul fucking cucks 1.5 million times. While I'm in the corruption biome, I quite literally can't show this next part, but let's just say it involves 5 guys in my tight little... After we are sent home against our will for the 10 millionth time, we decide to go back to the elevator, thinking maybe we'll get a little bit more progress. Nope. Not a chance. Fuck you. After the Terraria gods spit down our throat and don't even stay for breakfast, we decide we need a new game plan. So we start looking for our second Zenith component, the Star Fury. The Star Fury is found in these sky islands inside the chests, inside the little houses. As our hopes get high as we approach our first island, we are absolutely slapped in the face when we see a celestial magnet. However, Big Daddy Nene does not give up that easily, so we immediately start going to the left to find our second floating island. We make a little pillar up to the island. As we approach the chest, our ass full of sweat, we see that there is a Star Fury in the chest. We can now cross the Star Fury off our crafting tree. We take our new weapon to the caves to see how it compares to our copper short sword. Let me tell you, this weapon absolutely tears new assholes. Just look at that damage. I take out a mother and her children, and I decide that I'm feeling pretty good about myself. While down in the caves, we find a nice little chest with a band of regeneration. This will surely help us in our fight against the big f***ing eyeball. We continue our journey in the caves and mine up some lead ore. We use this lead to craft some beautiful lead armor. This will surely poison us and kill us before we're 30. We eventually stumble upon a mushroom biome. We loot up the mushroom biome. Just look at its glorious blue color. After we see a beautiful chest just sitting out in the open, vulnerable, when we Anyway, after getting our ass blasted, without consent mind you, we decide to build up an arena to fight the disgusting ass eyeball. We make the arena extra long so that when this disgusting ass eyeball starts chasing us and tries to have unprotected sex, we can run away and have plenty of room. I throw some trash at my merchant and he gives me some coins for it. Then we decide to go ahead and summon up the disgusting eyeball. We buff up and start swinging our Star Fury full balls to the wall. Just look at this disgusting eyeball. It has every single disease known to man. The first phase was an absolute walk in the park, but then he does some stupid circles and now he has teeth. What the fuck? This disgusting, foul creature starts dashing at me at light speed. Thankfully, I have the dodging skills of a fucking ninja, and we eventually, slowly but surely, dwindle his health down until it is absolutely nothing left. And we catch a sick fucking W. Upon defeating the gingivitis giant, we realize we only pissed our pants 7 times during the battle and collect a sick Shield of Cthulhu. Along with the shield, we got Demonite bars, which means we can craft our third weapon of the day, the Light's Bane. This weapon actually has a really cool attack strategy, but unfortunately, it actually sucks dick. We go ahead and sell more useless loot to hopefully prepare a little bit for the amount of debt we will be in once we get the Goblin Tickler. Feeling absolutely unbeatable, we head straight underground to craft up the King Slime Spawner. I head straight to the surface to absolutely beat the King Slime's ass. I summon him up and use my Star Fury to absolutely destroy. After letting the King Slime win, I decide to go ahead and summon him up again to show him whose nuts touch the water when they're taking a shit.
Happy feet. One more combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh, oh,
This time around, I have King Slime absolutely begging for mercy as I destroy him and all of his disgusting children.
Well, I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
I promptly collect the treasure bag and see that there is a disgusting pet that he drops that does absolutely nothing. After equipping the slime hook, I head straight to the jungle as there is another weapon that we can craft, the Blade of Grass. To craft this weapon, we need 12 stingers, 15 jungle spores, and 3 vines. The jungle really does just have some inbred looking mobs. Like, bruh, like.
what the hell? Oh my God.
Using our Star Fury, we easily make our way through the underground jungle killing bee after bee and slime after slime, mining spore after spore.
Sing, 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 sing.
These goddamn man-eaters kept trying to grab my nuts, so I promptly set them to the depths of hell with my Star Fury. The pinchers on these things are absolutely outrageous. Just take a look at this foul fuck. Nobody even likes him. He has no friends. Anyway, I got enough to make it, and I made it, and it actually shoots this pretty cool projectile that poisons my enemies. Now with 4 Zenith weapons under our belt, we head straight to the corruption to slap this disgusting feral worm around. We craft up a pretty good arena, but these goddamn mobs are outrageous and made it so hard. These stupid ass creatures did not even give my dick 1 second to breathe. After 36 hours of building, we eventually finished up the arena and headed home to make some more adjustments to be more prepared for this fight. We build up our confidence by slapping the Eye of Cthulhu around. He calls to his mommy, so we spank his ass a couple more times, but with our socks on. After embarrassing the eyeball in front of his crush, we see that a goblin army is approaching from the west. Usually I would be a little upset that these STD-ridden goblins are approaching us, but we actually really need the goblin tickler for some sick game progression. Cue epic battle. After sending every single one of those goblins home, we make some housing for our goblin stink. We had no idea the pain and suffering we were about to endure while looking for this stupid, bald-headed ass goblin. We looked in the left side of our world. We looked in the right side of our world. We even looked in the ice side of our world. Eventually, we tried using an AFK strategy that had no prevail. We looked between every single grain of sand and the entire desert biome. This little cuck was playing the best game of hide and seek ever. After all hope seemed lost, we finally found him snoozing in the jungle biome and promptly began spending our children's life savings on the goblin stink. After taking out a second mortgage on the house, we buy some rocket boots and a tinkerer's workshop. We then reforge our Star Fury to deadly and our blade of grass to murderous. We get hit by a fish and promptly remember our past relationships from the smell. After reforging our weapons, we summon up the giant dildo, also known as that thing in my pants, also known as the thing I found under my mom's bed when I was 9 years old. The Star Fury and the Blade of Grass absolutely tag team this giant worm. We use the Star Fury to rain stars down on top of its long body, and use the Blade of Grass when he comes up nice and close. Unfortunately, we rip his body into like 10 different pieces, so by the end of the fight, there's about 50 different worms. Eventually, we were able to kill off every last worm. Bam. We open up the treasure bag to get a nice succulent worm scarf. And now we are able to mine hellstone. So we go and mow up some obsidian. Craft up an obsidian skin potion. And head straight into the lava. After mining every last bit of hellstone, we craft them up into hellstone bars. We use these sexy bars to make some molten armor, searing our skin. Not only does this armor make us look sexy, but it gives us a nice melee damage bonus. We then craft up the Molten Fury, which is our next weapon of progression. We throw away our Nightmare Pickaxe and equip our Volcano. This weapon looks absolutely tits. Look at that. Feeling real cocky with our newly acquired weapon, we decide to go and challenge Skeletron. Beating Skeletron will give us access to the dungeon, which we desperately need. So we talk to his dirty old man and summon him up. And we absolutely destroy Skeletron and catch the dub. God fucking damn it, dude. God. The very next night, we talk to this piss-smelling old man again to summon up Skeletron and actually win this time. This time we have a better strategy of dealing with both of his hands at the same time so that he can't launch his stupid little skulls at us. We take out one hand and then take out the next hand, and now it's just me and the skull. We use our Star Fury so that he can't get his disgusting teeth all up on us. After dodging for a while, we eventually get his health real low and switch back to our Molten Fury to finish him off. Finally, we take this pedophile out and promptly head straight down into the dungeon. We are looking for the Miramasa and the golden chest. Typically, there'd be a guardian that would bend you over, but thankfully I freed that old man of his curse. Open the first chest we see, we get a beautiful cobalt shield and a sexy shadow key. Something useless. Miramasa, baby. We're back in business. We take our newly acquired Miramasa and the rest of our weapons in order to craft the Knight's Edge. The Knight's Edge is the best Zenith crafted component we can get pretty hard mode. And we will surely use this to beat the Wall of Flesh's ass. We reforge this beautiful weapon in order to head to the jungle to get some more loot. We see this sexy girl named Queen Bee on Instagram. We rizz her up on the gram and quickly get her Snapchat. Unfortunately, when we see her on Snapchat, she has a snap score of 2 million. And that's when I meet her in person, and she is an ugly bitch. And her cooter smells of tuna salad. After getting catfish this bad, I do the only logical thing and block her on all socials. She texts my number and says, "Haha, why'd you block me?" I block her number too. She texts my mom and says, "Hey, why'd your son block me?" My mom tells her to shut the fuck up. Anyway, all traumatic experiences aside, we get the Beekeeper on our first try, and this marks our next Zenith crafting component. Our last weapon is known as the Enchanted Sword, and it is very hard to find a shrine, so we try fishing for it. You can get the Enchanted Sword from golden crates, so we make an elaborate scheme to catch some golden crates from the underground cavern. Unfortunately, we do not collect a single golden crate, so we end up looking for one for 4 hours. Yeah, just enjoy this pain and suffering. Looked over the entire surface of our world 3 fucking times. 3 times. I was recording for so long that OBS actually warned me and said, "Hey, are you still there?" Yes, I'm still here, still searching for this fucking enchanting sword. This was the worst part of this entire god-awful playthrough. I was just about to quit, but mama didn't raise no bitch. So I kept on looking, and looking. Until finally, when looking in the outskirts of our jungle for the 4th time, we see the beautiful outline of a shrine. And dig on straight down. The enchanted sword is the last pre-hard mode Zenith crafting component. So right after we're done collecting this beautiful enchanted sword, we go ahead and summon up the wall of flesh. We're doing absolutely terrific in this battle, and we think we might pull off a first try. Fuck. God damn. Anyway, we decided to just go ahead and summon up again, but this time we have strategy. We go up and down to dodge the lasers while hitting multiple eyes and killing the hungries as soon as they can spawn. Not too long, we get them lower and lower, and finally we take out the wall of flesh, baby. Let's go. As we defeat the wall of flesh, we know that this means we are at the end of our journey and the end of part 1 of this 2-part video series. Huge shout out to Big Daddy Waffle Time. He incredibly inspired this video, and I got the idea directly from his channel, so thank you very much. Please go check him out. Anyway, I spent an incredible amount of time on this video, so if you would please just subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button. I don't kind of, it helps me out. All right, it helps me out. See ya.